Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to make my Twisted Barbz bracelet, which is a 3-bar wide design. I have about 4 other variations. I wasn't sure if I should release it as a series. Basically, they're all using this like cat band look. This was the easiest one, so I'm going to release that first. But just to give you a little sneak peek, this one is the one that I would say looks the most similar, but it's actually made a lot different. It's a lot of fun making that. And then I do have this one, which I'm kind of unsure about even releasing. You guys can let me know what you think of that. But it has like the little cat band look on the side. These two I'm kind of debating between. And this last one I'm not real sure about. But yeah, just a lot of variations I've had to the side and thought I'd show you that. But for today, all you need is 50 bands. If you're not making a full-length bracelet, you do need extension bands as well. The breakdown is 28 of the white and 22 of whatever colors you're going to use for these. If you're going to do 3 colors, you would just divide 22 by 3. So to get started, you're going to have at least 1 rainbow loom in a staggered setup. But if you want to avoid an extension, you're just going to connect another loom right in front of this one. I'm going to tell you how far down the loom to go, regardless of how many you're using. So first we're going to choose the white here. And we're going to start by laying a loose one on the center. That'll just be for closing it later. And now we're going to go diagonal to the left and the right. And now we're going to continue laying the same color, going straight down both sides. We're going to do this on the right and the left bar pin, but we're just going to lay it straight. That first one is going to be counted as number 1, and we're going to lay 11 of them if you're using 1 loom like me. If you are using 2 looms, you're going to lay 24 of these straight ones, and then we will bring it in at the end. So I'm down at the end. I've already laid 11, and now I'm going to bring it in and connect to the center. So go ahead and do that same thing to the opposite side, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So once you're all done, push your bands down, come back to the beginning. The bands that we're going to lay next are going to be these ones that sit right on top. So I will be alternating those same 3 colors, and we're going to be laying diagonal bands, but we're going to be switching which bar pin they connect to. So it would look like zigzags. So for me, using 1 loom, I'm going to start on the left and lay my diagonal like so. If you're using 2 looms and you need to be able to follow me 100% when we start looping, then you're going to lay it on the opposite side. So your diagonal band will be starting on this side. For the second one, we're going to come up to the next middle pin. And since I already connected to the left, this time we're going to connect to the right. Like that. And if you use 2 looms, you will now be doing it on the opposite side as me. Hopefully that makes sense. Come up to the next middle, and once again, we're going to connect it, but this time I'll connect it to the left. Come up to the middle again, and I'll go to the right. And as you can see, we're alternating which side we are connecting it to. So as I said, if you're using 2 looms, you're just starting on the opposite side. Because there's 1 more pin using 2 looms, you will end up ending on the same side as me. So that's why I have you starting on the opposite side. But I'm going to keep alternating between these 3 colors and laying my diagonal bands. We will do this all the way down the loom. Like so. So if you listen to my instructions, everybody's last band should be ending diagonally connecting to the left. So we're going to come back to the beginning now, and you may want to push them down a little bit. But now we're going to start adding the cat bands on top. So it's the little cat bands that are sitting in here. I like to match it to whatever color my diagonal band is, but you can certainly play around and use a different color. So I'll grab whatever color my first diagonal band is, and I'm going to wrap this cat band around 2 times. So it's just a normal cat band. Come up to the next middle, and I'll use my black now, wrapping it around twice. So all the cat bands, it basically goes right down the center. So every center pin should have a cat band on it when it's all said and done. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these capped. So as you're laying your cat bands, one little tip that I want to share that I do, and of course you don't have to, I like to try to have my end result be as clean as possible. So when I use cat bands after they're laid, I like to put my hook down in the pin and go in a circle like this. And I do it a couple times just to get the cat band nice and clean, because you know how you could see this black one here is all twisted. So I do that. It does take a little longer to go through and do that, but it's just a tip I wanted to share in case you wanted to do it. So after all of your cat bands are done, we're going to turn our loom around facing us. We are going to grab one more color, whatever you used for your white, where mine is, and we're going to add one more cat band to the front, like so. That is all the bands we need to lay, and we're ready to start the looping. So the first thing that we need to do is loop from the center caps and loop each one of these diagonal bands out. So start in your first diagonal band. I'll just go into the center cap band, and I'm going to loop my black back to itself. Come up to the next center and loop that one back to itself. So we're going to do that on each one of these. This part's very easy. Like that. So that's all we need to do right now is loop them all back to themselves. If you're anything like me, you're going to want to make a ton of these. I couldn't stop making them. I have so many more than I even showed you guys in my bucket because it's a fast design and it's easy to make. Alright, so this is what it looks like once they're all looped out. So you do want to push those down and then come back to the beginning. We're going to come into the beginning cat band here, and we're going to start looping this front out right here. So the top one for me goes to the right, go back in and loop the next one to the left. So now we're going to come over to the right pin. We're going to grab the only band that's down in there, and we're going to bring that to the center. Once you loop it on the center, we now need to flip that cat band over that's underneath of the white band we just sat there. You can either grab it right here where that little space is, which is what I usually do, but if it's easier, just go under the white band. Just make sure you do have the entire cat band on there and carefully flip it over and release. Once you flip that cat band over, we now need to grab the white band that is remaining on the center pin, and we're going to take it off. And we're just going to stretch it up to this diagonal pin that is right next to it. So we went from here to there. So from where we connected that diagonal band, we're just going to back up one, and we're now going to loop this border forward. I call the white border, like so. And now we're going to repeat that process again. So we need to go inside this pin and grab the very bottom band and loop it to the center. We need to flip that cat band over. So I'm going to reach behind and grab it here. But like I said, you can grab it from underneath wherever you're comfortable grabbing it. Just be careful and take your time when flipping the cat band over so you don't pop the white off. After you flip the cat band, we need to move this white band from the center and connect it diagonally over to the right. So I'm going to pick it up off the center. I just stretch it around the back of the peg and then connect it to that one. That's where we connect it, so we're going to back up and we're going to loop this bottom white forward. And now we're going to do that again. So we'll go into this peg, grab the bottom white and loop it to the center. We're going to flip that cat band over. We're going to move this white from the center and stretch it diagonally over like so. And then you have to back up and loop up the border. So again, we're going to repeat that. So where we left off, we're going to go in, grab the bottom band and loop it to the center. We're going to flip that cat band over. Pick up the band from the center and move it over to the outer peg. Back up one and loop up the border. So this is what it's looking like right now. You can see that we're just alternating sides. So I just left off right here. I'm going to reach in, grab the bottom band and loop it to the center. I'm going to flip this cat band over. I'm going to move my white center over to the outside, back up and loop up the border. So you can certainly keep following along. Hopefully you guys picked up the pattern. Just take your time and do it carefully. Just don't forget each time you reconnect it that you have to back up to loop that border up, or else your bracelet will fall apart. Alright, so I'm at the top of my loom. All we have to do to finish it off is bring both corners into the center. Like so. This is where we're going to grab that loose band. I like to hold it with one hand, reach into the center, bring both ends together, and you could slide it down your hook temporarily or C-clip it. If you need to make an extension and don't know how, I'll put a little eye up here and you can watch a video that I have showing you how to do that. Alright, so I pulled mine off of the loom and this is what my little piece looks like. So I'm not going to do an extension right now, but that is how you create my Twisted Barbz bracelet. I love this design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think of it. Also, if you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so, and also hitting that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Other than that, that's it for today, you guys. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Thanks, guys. Bye.